Hi, I'm Tatiana and you're watching MCS TV, where we dare to be extraordinary. During this special edition of MCS TV, you will see our news team interview the newly elected National Junior Honor Society officers. We have 10th grade President Oscar, 9th grade Vice President Abigail, 10th grade Secretary Omar, and 10th grade Treasurer Charles. But first, here's Joel with a few words from our principal.
Good afternoon. This is Joel from Mcs Tv, and joining us here today, we have Dr. Walter Goodwin, the principal of M.E.T.S Charter School. How are you doing, Dr. Goodwin?
Oh, good morning. Good afternoon. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. So today we're going to interview you based on the many questions that the students have to ask you. And first on our list is something about the National Junior Honor Society. The question is, how proud of you for having the first elected National Junior Honor Society students?
Well, you know, in all the years that I've worked in education, you guys have to be the most outstanding and achieving group that I've worked with, and I've been a principal for about 20 years. So I'd put you guys on the top of the list.
Well, that's a good answer, because one day I feel like I should be in the National Junior Honor Society. I'm working very hard myself to, actually be in there. So our next question is, what do you think that the National Junior Honor Society students will bring to the table, or what challenges do you think they might overcome?
Well, just to add on to the last statement you asked me, it takes an outstanding person to be involved in this particular organization. And just from my views and my experience in watching you guys, I think that you guys have outstanding talent academically, leadership-wise, and I think that you'll set a very positive example for the students that are following you, that'll follow in your footsteps. So I think that you guys are really, you got a whole lot going, and I'm quite sure that I'll probably have to visit most of you at the universities or the colleges across the country.
Yeah, and the National Junior Honor Society students are inspiration for people who want to be in there. So I agree. Well, that is our interview. Thank you for taking time out of your day, Dr. Goodwin. This is Joel from Mcs TV. Back to you, Tatiana.
Thanks, Joel. Now we will give you a front row seat at the Beacon, where we are proud to present the M.E.T.S Charter School National Junior Honor Society. Let's take a look.
Please be seated. Mayor Jeremiah Healy, Dr. Walter Goodwin, Principal, Dr. John Segal, Mr. Daniel Urbankowski, Mr. Ian Fostich, Ms. Erin Hitchcock, and Ms. Michelle Tarsitino advisors, parents, and NHS students. Welcome to the 2012-2013 NHS induction ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a national anthem sung by the M.E.T.S Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Whose rush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air.
Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Mayor of Jersey City and friend to M.E.T.S Charter School, Mayor Jeremiah Healy.
Thank you, and thanks for the applause. And congratulations to the 31 honorees. I met Dr. Seco and his son probably about 2 years ago. Came down to City Hall to tell me of his plans to open this M.E.T.S school with an emphasis on math and engineering, technology, science. And as we all know, the schools, in the public schools, particularly in the United States, even the private schools in the United States, have gotten a rap over the last 20 years of not focusing on those particular subjects. And Dr. Seco told me of his track record out in Passaic County and other places. And I knew that we had the right person with the knowledge, the credentials, and the experience to do something extraordinary here in our city with this charter school. And that's exactly what Dr. Seco and his staff has done. They've only been in operation a little over a year, and already they have 31 members of the National Honor Society. So to Doc, the staff, everybody at M.E.T.S, and to all of these youngsters who have exceeded expectations of all of our other schools. These young, talented people, they're not only talented and young, but you don't achieve unless you work, unless you put in the hours and you work hard. And obviously these 31, and I'm sure many others down at the M.E.T.S school, are doing just that. And what I liked about Dr. Seco and his son was their tremendous enthusiasm before they even opened this school. So I felt very comfortable. I knew that we were putting these youngsters and the rest of the youngsters down in M.E.T.S in good hands, and they've proven it over the last 13 months. So to all of these youngsters, the 31 members of the National Honor Society, all of their parents, and by the way, I have to tell you, when you go to an event like this, unfortunately, at a lot of our other schools, you do not see that kind of parental involvement, the parental turnout. So these youngsters are achieving, not just by their talent and hard work, but because they have a family support system, parents and others who care about them, and you're here today. So keep up the great work, all of you, and I know that we'll be back here many other times for more honorees and more student achievers. God bless you all. The city's very proud of all of you. Thank you. Oh, and I'd like to hang around, stay, but I have an appointment at 1:30 and I have to get to it. Thank
you. Before we continue, on behalf of M.E.T.S Charter School and the Njhs inductees, I would like to thank George Philopoulos for allowing us to host our first National Honor Society induction ceremony at the Beacon. Thank you. Our chapter is proud to have our first induction ceremony, and today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis that M.E.T.S Charter School places on academic excellence. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which established our eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we will serve our community through many activities. We welcome the new members who bring new energy and support for continuing work as NHS members. It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the M.E.T.S National Junior Honor Society chapter has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of 4 qualities that serve us as standards for the society. Members of the chapters will now review these qualities for the candidates. Leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school, and taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities. The real leader strives to train and aid others. The real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. Now, welcome to the stage, Vice Treasurer of the Njhs, Charles Torres, representing scholarship.
Scholarship. Scholarships denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human knowledge ends only at the end of one life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can only be acquired through one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we lead the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light illuminating our futures. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
We have the Mets, the Njhs Quartet, playing a song for us. We welcome Angelique Serrano, Jason Angelano, Kyle Rojas, and V. Pham. Thank you, very nice job. Now, welcome to the stage, Omar Ben Hamid, Secretary of the Njhs, representing service.
My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for those in need without monetary compassion or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for our entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Thank you, Omar. Now with character, welcome to the stage, Abigail Munoz, the Vice President of the Njhs.
Character. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Thank you, Abigail. At this time, will the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society.
I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society,
To which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands.
I will be true to the principles by which it stands,
And will maintain and encourage. The high standards of. Scholarship. Leadership. Service. And character.
I'm so proud of M.E.T.S Charter School's National Junior Honor Society students for the hard work they had done to get where they are. Now, you will see an exclusive interview from Peter with the mayor of Jersey City.
Thanks, Tatiana. I'm here at the Beacon with Mayor Healy, and nice to have you here, sir.
My pleasure, Peter. Thanks for inviting me.
Well, as mayor being here, how do you feel about our National Junior Honor Society students?
I think it's wonderful, and only been in existence 1 year, to my knowledge. And you have, I've been told by Dr. Sicko that you have 31 members of the National Honor Society. I think that's a great achievement in 1 year.
And what advice would you give prospective students who would like to become National Junior Honor Society students?
Well, I don't know that much about, I'm not an academic expert, but what I urge all youngsters, I know that math, science, and computers is really featured nowadays in all of the schools. But and anytime I get the opportunity to speak with high school students, grammar school students, I always urge them that, in my opinion, still the most important topic is reading. And I urge them to read, not just your school books. If you're interested in sports, read the sports pages. Entertainment, the arts, read those pages in the newspaper. History, read your newspapers, because we're making history on a daily basis.
How do you feel about the concept of METS, math, engineering, technology, and science?
Well, I think, the knock on the American schools is that there's not enough of that, not enough math, engineering, technology, and science. And Doctor has a tremendous record. Before he came here, and I met him before they even opened the school, and I met him, the doctor and his son, and they were very much enthused about coming to Jersey City, opening the school, and helping to get all of our youngsters on the right path. And he told me about his history. It was very impressive, so I knew that he was the right man for this job. And obviously today we're seeing some of the fruits of his experience and labor with 31 members of the National Honor Society from METS.
Very proud. Very good students. So, as mayor, in the future, how do you plan to support METS as a school?
I do everything I can to support all of our schools. Financial, we're a little limited. I personally, in the city also. But we intend to do whatever we can to make sure that there is continued success at the METS school. And we thank the good doctor and his staff for being here. And we're seeing what they produced in really just a little bit over a year.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And as mayor, we'd like to give you our full support in your re-election and hope you good luck with that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I don't think you're old enough to vote, so you got to spread the good word.
My parents are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter. Now, we'll have an exclusive interview with our National Junior Honor Society president.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm here with the president of the National Junior Honor Society, Oscar. Hello, Oscar. How are you?
How are you?
Now, how does it feel to be inducted into the National Junior Honor Society?
Being inducted into the National Honor Society, it's a very intense and memorable moment. It's a time where you get to see your hard work pay off. All that hard work that we usually question ourselves, why are we doing this? And this is one of the reasons. This shows us why we have to keep studying, staying strong, and achieve all you can be. We are in high school for one time, so make the best out of it.
Thank you. What was your reaction to winning the election?
I was happy that I won the election. I feel appreciated that they would give me, my classmates would give me a chance to prove myself, to prove how worthy I am of the position, to unravel my skills, and to lead the school into a better, more beauteous school year.
Congratulations. Now, as president, what do you plan to accomplish?
As president, I would plan to accomplish a better school year. This is the first year we're doing National Honor Society. I feel that the first year for anything can be a little bit harder than the rest. We don't really have an established foundation on it. So I feel that, I can make things more organized. I could better lead the whole class, make them more prepared, especially for next year's National Honor Societies and inductees.
Now, my last question, for anyone who needs advice, what advice would you give for someone who would want to be inducted into the National Junior Honor Society?
My advice to them is to keep on studying, to stay strong, to do their best, to keep their goals in mind. It will all pay off at the end, and it's worth it. This is one of the most prestigious societies for education out there, and it will be, hard time and hard work well spent.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm Michael. Tatiana, back to you.
Thanks. Up next, you'll see an interview with our National Junior Honor Society vice president.
Thanks, Tatiana. I'm Julian here with the Vice President of National Junior Honor Society, Abigail. How do you feel about being Vice President?
Being vice president, I feel really good about it. It's something I had to work for. You have to work for it. You have to work to get into honor society, and then you have to work even harder to run to be an officer. So I feel really good about it.
How do you plan on helping Oscar with his decisions on changing our school?
Well, we have big expectations for honor society, so it's not a job one person can do alone. So me and along with the other officers, we feel like we could work and help Oscar complete a lot.
What are certain jobs that you and the rest of the officers will have?
Well, being in honor society, keeping our grades up alone is a job. We have to be good influences to the rest of the school. And yeah.
And what are some achievements that you plan on having at the end of this year?
At the end of this year, we are hoping to make the school a better place, to make our community a better place, and to overall just improve everyone and everything around us.
Thank you. Back to you, Tatiana.
Thanks. Now, we'll introduce you to our newly elected National Junior Honor Society Secretary.
Thank you, Tatiana. I'm Cynthia, and I'm here with Omar, the secretary. What gave you the motivation to run for secretary?
What gave me the motivation is that I saw the entire school and the program itself has so much potential, and with that potential, we could actually do a lot and accomplish a lot in the future.
How do you feel about winning?
I feel really honored because everyone gave me this opportunity to stand here and be the secretary of the National Junior Honor Society, and with that honor, I want to repay back everyone by doing very well.
What do you hope to accomplish?
I hope to get everyone involved in academics, and not only academics, but extracurricular activities as well, so that they end up being a well-rounded individual.
What changes would you make?
Well, I would, like I said before, I would bring more activities for after school, because we really don't have that much activities currently, but with this, I think I could do a lot.
Is being in the National Junior Honor Society important to you and your family?
Yeah, I think it's very important because with this, I can build up a lot of experience and it could affect me in the long run in the future.
Thank you, Omar. Back to you, Tatiana.
Thanks. Now, we'll introduce you to our newly elected National Junior Honor Society Treasurer.
Thank you, Tatiana. I'm Kyle, and today I'm joined by National Junior Honor Society Treasurer Charles. Hi, Charles.
Hello, Kyle.
So, how does it feel to be inducted in National Junior Honor Society?
Well, it feels pretty good, but the responsibilities that you get when you're in National Junior Honor Society is pretty big. So to stay on top of my game, I have to study harder and keep getting good grades, even though I am still just treasurer.
As treasurer, what do you think you could contribute to the group?
Well, what I can contribute to the group is more trips to National Junior Honor Society. Dr. Seiko was talking about something going to space camp sooner or later, and that's something I would like to contribute by selling candy, selling chocolate, whatever there is to sell.
How do you think we could achieve that goal? Like by the end of the school year, do you think we could do that?
We could probably do that by the end of the school year if everybody participates in the selling, because I'm not the only one who's going to sell. In order for our whole group to have fun, the whole group needs to work. So.
How do you plan on motivating other people to join this activity?
Well, I would just say, come on, let's go. It's space camp after all. That's something you really don't experience in your life a lot. It's something interesting that you'd have to at least experience before you die. Well, just saying.
All right, my last question. How does your family feel about you winning the treasurer position?
My family actually feels great. When I said I was treasurer of National Junior Honor Society, they just flipped on me. They went crazy. They started saying good job and everything. It was a great time. Actually, I'm supposed to go to a party after this, so yeah.
Well, have fun at that party. Thank you, and really nice.
Thank you.
Back to you, Tatiana.
Thanks for watching MCS TV, where we dare to be extraordinary. I'm Tatiana, and you'll be seeing us next time.